Hey guys, it's your boy Pat. Welcome back to another episode of the Hollow Down Cigar Lounge. Again, pulling back homie Brett for
made
another.
it for 2026.
He did. He made it more than one show this year. We are proud.
It's not even the summer yet. We got to. Well, it's kind of.
Oh,
it's getting.
It's more or less summer now.
It's pretty fucking hot.
It's pretty hot. So it's more or less summer at this point. Anyway, able to get him back in after some schedule stuff. So got him in for the last one. We're bringing him back again today. So.
And I'm wearing this doofy ass Mardi Gras fedora thing because I haven't got a haircut since February, and I have like a homeless person vagrant mop under this thing.
It's a pretty good mop.
It's more of a reason to like keep it out of my face. I'm not doing this little beaver maneuver every 5 seconds.
Yeah, he came over, and I still had this sitting over here from.
I don't love it, but it's.
I think I wore it on the Christmas episode. Just have something multicolored, so it's still sitting out here by the setup.
It's in the prop closet. The prop closet.
It's gonna work.
Yeah.
So today we are gonna smoke while we talk a Romeo y Julieta. This is the Viejo. That gold may or may not show up a little bit, but I will. That's not too bad. I'll work with that. We'll give you the overlay again. Simple band, just gold band with the black lettering. Nothing fancy. It is clean, elegant. The shape on this one, I'm going to talk about this right away. It's different. It's technically a box press, but while it looks like a box press, see how skinny that is? It's like a wide, chisel-y-ish box press. So,
I was going to ask about the rectangle.
Yeah.
Again, know nothing about, little. I know little now at this point about cigars.
Well, this is not a
I haven't seen one that looks like this.
I have not either that I'm aware of. I've seen some wider style cigars, but a wide box press, this is not a traditional thing whatsoever. So let's cut these. I'm going to attempt to do a V-cut,
I think it'll still work
which I normally do.
On the...
A straight cut will work.
Yeah.
I normally do V-cuts on box press, but they're normally not this wide. So I'm going to see if this is still going to be efficient or not. That's a weird V-cut. Let's see if this is actually going to draw. It may. It's hard to get it straight. Well, you're not going to see. It's hard to get it straight. It's I don't know. We're going to see if it works. If not, then I'll straight cut it and recorrect myself. So, but I wanted to see if it's going to work. Anyway, so the details on this one went back to Cigars International for this one. The Romeo y Julieta Viejo. Price-wise, I'm going to say this backwards. Price-wise, these are like $8-9 sticks. If you buy them in a 5-pack, it drops to about $7.50 to $8 if you get a box of 20. The banding has changed on these over time, so I'm not 100% sure if this is the first band or the second. The other brand or the other style of the band had a red background, more of a traditional round. And it may be difference between this size versus your standard Parejo size. There's 5 sizes on this one. This is technically the R for Robusto. They're not fancy on this one. R for Robusto, E for Epicure, which is also known as a Toro, the B for Bellicoso, C for Churchill, and M for Gordo. The M probably stands for Magnum because it's also correlated to Gordo. All those sizes are pretty much standard size. The Toro 6x54. This is a 5x54, mostly because of that extra width on the box press. The Bellicoso 6.152, Churchill's a 7x54, Gordo's your standard 6x60. So you have options to play with. That band may be different if it's on this size versus maybe the Gordo. I'm not sure. It could just be a rebranding. I wasn't able to 100% know that for sure. But this is supposed to be a super smooth, thick, slightly toothy Maduro wrapper, which you can kind of feel it's a little bit dry, which, probably more of a chalky-ish. We'll see how that carries over. Still start more of a mellow and smooth start, even though it's Maduro. Expected hints of caramel and sweet wood tone. So let's light these up and see how they go.
Let's do it.
Now, this is one that I've had in the humidor for a minute. For whatever reason, it's been in the show selection of my humidor Actually, a matter of a couple of weeks, shy of 2 full years. So this has definitely had some age time. And I do remember somebody referencing that I should probably let it age. I did not intend to let it sit for 2 years, but here we are. That side to light up right there. Now, if I have... Oh, that's interesting. Come back to that in a second. If I have smoked one of these before, which I very well may have, considering I've had these for a couple years, I'm going to honestly say I don't remember it. Part of me wants to say I have, but I just can't tell you for sure. So as far as I'm concerned, this might as well be a blind review or forgotten review. Before I spoil it, can you, and what are you getting like on first?
I'm just like preoccupied by the fact that it just feels weird in my mouth. It's not like
You'll say that again?
I don't ever want to say that again. This cylindrical thing feels weird in my mouth, but
right.
I guess it's not a cylinder. It's a rectangle, but yeah, it's a different like tactile feeling. Number one, it's pretty
if you vape, it feels like that type of.
It's generally stronger. Like it feels like it's a pretty robust. I'm making shit up now, but
no,
like,
that is
it
very
feels
accurate.
a little heavy.
Heavy on the tongue.
Yeah,
so
it's good though. I mean, it's intense, but it's good.
It is smooth, but very rich instantly. I definitely got like a caramel hit right away. At first, I wouldn't say woody, but I understand because it does have like a dry, chalky taste, but almost more like a dark chocolate just hit, and that kind of works with their expectation of caramel. It is a very good first hit. CI actually had a note on here that many loyal Romeo y Julieta customers consider this to be one of their premier or primary blends, even though it's technically not one of their higher level stuff. So if that flavor stays true,
That's good. I mean, like
I can see that.
I like that they're not trying to like give you 45 things to taste. You know, I make a joke about all the other things that I don't pick up on because uncultured swine and everything. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, they're not telling me that I'm supposed to get like a faint hint of apricot that is smothered in flowers. You know,
right? It's not.
It says mellow, smooth. I mean, it's hints of caramel, sweet woody note. I mean, it's very simple.
Very simple,
which seems like an accurate description.
Sometimes having extra notes is cool. Sometimes you just want a damn good cigar.
There's nothing wrong with this.
So we talk about the intro hit on purpose, and then we come back to it and see if it hits, because a lot of times that first hit is different, which you've heard us say plenty of times at this point. But if that intro stays true, I'm going to be agreeing with it being a smooth, rich cigar. Yeah. So, yeah. And I can already tell, and that once it burns down a little bit, I'll try to show you guys, but it's already getting, say if yours, it's already getting like the tooth, your white bumps on it. That is very indicative of good quality oils in the leaf. Even though the outside feels dry and chalky, that means it's still got good natural oils in it. Especially noting the fact that I've had them in my humidor for practically 2 years.
Yeah.
So
aging like fine leaf.
Aging like fine leaf. I like that.
Copyright.
I have to remember that. I don't know what that is, but
no one cares.
No one cares.
Yeah, that's dumb. But
that's just lame.
Most of my comments are dumb, so I'm used to it. It's fine.
And I'm noticing it's very subtle. These came from the same bundle. The variation in our wrapper color is super slightly different. His is just a micro shade lighter.
It is, yeah, you're right.
By a hair.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean anything. As you know, well, you may not know. We're about to find out. The Corojo, Oscuro, Maduro kind of leads to what the color should be, but that's not actually a descriptor of the color. That's the wrapper. Most places, most factories will take a leaf and then organize it by the slight variation to try to make sure that that box or that bundle is pretty damn close to the same color. But you're going to have some variations. May or may not be due to my rest. It could be pre-aging. Who knows? But that's just something to note. It's not a good, bad, or indifferent mark. Well, I guess it is an indifferent mark.
Well, I did not know that, so I learned something today. So I'm done for the day.
Checked out.
I have a general goal of one thing per day and then turn off the brain.
Done. And if you don't know that, Davidoff, and I have referenced this several times on the show, just because I think it's damn good. If you want to learn something about the process of how these cigars go and why that comment is what it is, Davidoff has, I think the title is From Seed to Leaf. Anyway, it's on YouTube. It's an hour and a half long movie length documentary. They take you through the entire process of cigar making from planting the seed all the way to boxing and banding. And it is very interesting to watch. It shows you the entire process, the quality control, the aging, the fermenting, the splitting of the different leaves for different parts of the cigar. It is very cool to see. And
so like a documentary or like a this is a bill thing from when we were all in 4th grade learning how Congress works.
It's a very good documentary, legit. There's a guy that goes over there, got permission specifically to make the video, so it's a third party coming in, got access, and went with one of the factory guys and walked him through every stage of the process. It is actually very good, very informative. So I've shared it on the group, but it's been a hot minute, so I may do it again when this comes out, but it's a very, very good information video, and you learn a lot of things. So if you want to know a little bit more about cigars and how they work, that's a good place to go.
I'll watch that tomorrow, so I don't do 2 things in one day. You know, gotta
there we go. Spread it out.
one thing learned per day is a healthy day.
And this one, just like the last one that we smoked together, it's got a pretty good amount of smoke output, even for its shape and everything.
Yeah. It's less than the one from a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, it's not the
the other one felt like a bonfire.
Excuse me, I have no idea why I have a dry mouth today.
23 flavors. Gotta do it.
Which works good with the caramel note. Those usually go hand in hand with, Dr. Pepper. Anything that's got a caramel tone. I almost went and grabbed some bourbon or an old fashioned when I saw that was gonna be caramel, but I figured I would stick to the Dr. Pepper today.
Have you tried like Dr. Pepper red cream soda with a cigar?
No, because I don't like cream soda
and do you hate
at
yourself?
all. I don't like cream soda whatsoever. Ellen tried to have me try a Coca-Cola orange cream soda, thinking that the orange would help. It was tolerable.
Fashion-y. There's appeal.
So I understand why she asked me, but it's still that cream soda.
Well, there's like black cherry Dr. Pepper. There's regular cherry, red cream soda, zero. I mean, there's all kinds of different.
Have you had the blackberry Dr. Pepper?
I've seen it. I have a friend of my wife's who drinks that religiously, but I have not dabbled. I'm a creature of habit, and I guess like on a subconscious level, I fear change. Like I order the same things. Like I know what I like, kind of thing.
Right. Well, I did try it.
I'm not going to buy a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper Black Cherry and be like, this sucks, and throw away 11 of them. I'm just not going to do it.
Like the Fluffernutter?
Basically.
Throw away the rest. That still comes up like on our show.
I just had PTSD like just now.
Chad had his, he drinks Cerritos every once in a while, and he had a tamarind from stuff that he got for his kid, and they didn't drink that when he tried it. We made a caption contest on it. If y'all didn't see that, it was fantastic. I think it was episode like 29 or 30. It was in that range. His instant face, because he had never had it before, was about equivalent to what we had on the Fluffernutter. So
it's just like a general retching.
Yes,
is the appropriate response.
It was horrible.
So, funny story about retching. Again, I have a picky 2-year-old, almost 3-year-old at this point. But we made her eat a green bean last night, which was like the end of the world. Apparently,
First time or just again?
No, I mean she's very like tactile and visual, where she'll be like, "I don't like that." And I was like, "Well, you haven't tasted it." She's like, looks at it, and makes a decision, which I get. I've looked at things as an adult. I'm like, I'm not eating that.
I'm gonna say I'm married to an adult that has the same texture.
But I also have like eaten those things enough to know, like I have a breadth of information to draw from. She doesn't. She's just like, I don't want it. It's not chicken nugget. But I mean, it was maybe a 1-inch piece of green bean, and so my wife and I were like, if you eat it, you'll have a piece. You can get a piece of chocolate. And so she like opens her mouth and goes, and like touches to her tongue, like, no, put the whole thing in your mouth. So she puts it in her mouth, and like we capture this on video where she is just like about to vomit, like my dog, and and she swallows it, and she was like, she goes, it's so yummy, chocolate. And I'm like, you are gaming me, but well done.
Well done.
Yeah.
But at least she ate it.
She did. It was, definitely coercion.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll take it, right?
You got to take it. You got to take that. But it works. But I did try. The blackberry Dr. Pepper. I like blackberries a lot. I like Dr. Pepper a lot. I was not a fan of that mix. Something in the Dr. Pepper base flavor just didn't quite vibe for me on blackberry.
I feel like a lot of brands just like try to do too much. Like, have you seen there's this video series, I forget the name of the person who does it. I'll get it to you if you want to put it on there, but it's this guy he's like pretends to be the CEO of Oreo cookies. And the whole like skit is like, we've made the perfect cookie. Like, stop doing inside out Oreos, reverse whatever, 4th of July, Kwanzaa Oreos, Hanukkah Oreos, whatever else.
Right.
Like, just sit back, collect your money, like, stop innovating.
And let people enjoy what it is.
And it's hilarious. But the guy keeps going on and on and on. And like, they're probably one of the biggest ones. They're like, we have a thing, let's make it 50 variations of it. And you're like, just stop. Like, it's fine. And then part of it, he goes like, why do we even have a marketing department? Like, do you really believe there's anyone in America who like walks into a store and does not know what an Oreo is? Like, can you find one? I don't think I know one. It is such everyone knows, classic. Like, marketing is not necessary. Oreos have pervaded like all points of life, right? Everyone knows what an Oreo is. Yeah. Stop trying.
Just enjoy it.
They can't help it. They gotta, Dr. Pepper. Who knows, whatever.
Like
else.
Everything else, they gotta do their thing.
Next, it'll be like, Cool Ranch Dorito, Dr. Pepper.
And you also have a caveat with Dr. Pepper. Sometimes I think they get in too deep with the bottling because Dr. Pepper, and I think this is still true, doesn't have their own bottling plant. So you ever notice that you get a Dr. Pepper and the bottle shapes are different from one vending machine to the next?
Yeah.
So they pay Coke and Pepsi to bottle their product. So the shape of the bottle depends on which plant. So sometimes it looks like a Coke bottle, sometimes it looks like a Pepsi bottle.
Interesting.
So as far as I'm aware, I think they still run that. So you may have some influence of that bottling company already doing some flavor stuff, and they're like, you know what? Let's join in. Here's some new labels.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a theory. I don't know.
You would think how protected they are of like the recipe. That they wouldn't do that. For fear if someone will just copy it and release it as
like Bush's baked beans.
Coke 23 or something, and now it's the same thing as Dr. Pepper. Weird.
I'm sure they got.
I learned something today.
Oh shit, that's 2. Well, if you're not watching the video tomorrow, you're gonna have to balance it back out.
I gotta push it off till I gotta push it off to like Sunday. All right, that's fine. I'll put it on my calendar.
If I've had this before, I'm sad that I have not had some since because this is a good smooth.
It is good. I've got a nipple again.
Got a nipple again.
It's good.
Good construction. I've got a very slight, and this is not enough to me to market, a very slight offset. I'm still giving that probably I may still give it a 4.5 out of 5 as long as it stays. But it's got, if you can see this, it's got, there we go. Really good ash. Really good tooth on the ash. It is holding up well. All good signs of good construction. Probably about to go ahead and ash on it so it doesn't fall on the computer. But it's good. It's good. It's good and rich.
It is good.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and tap that.
I like simple.
I like simple.
It is simple. That's not trying to be, too much.
I now reference Kevin a few times when we talk about transitions versus a good cigar. When we had him on, we were talking about we smoked the Trash Panda Laces Out with him, which was one of his project cigars. It's now discontinued. If there's still any floating around at this point, I'm surprised. The few that I have, I'm hanging on to stretch them out.
It was called Trash Panda?
It was literally called Trash Panda, and yes, it's an Ace Ventura reference.
Love it.
Love it. I'll show you the band. It's actually got the football field and, the Miami colors. It's pretty good.
That's cool.
But when I asked him on the show, it was a cold stop question. I was like, man, walk us through, since you're on the show, and we actually smoked it with him on the show. It's like, tell us what, you set up for the blend idea that you had. He had one of his friends' factories roll it. And I was like, so tell us what you gave them as your direction for. And he's like, I just asked for a damn good cigar.
Let the expert.
And I'm waiting for the rest of the information. He's like, that's it.
Yeah.
He's like, they sent me some options. I found a damn good cigar. I said, go. Like, okay.
Yeah. So
transitions are great. Complexity is great. But sometimes you just want to enjoy it. It's like food. You take spaghetti. If you're a pasta lover, you want some good noodles and some good red sauce. And sometimes that's all you need. But yeah, you can go and turn it into a Ville Parmesan with, 23rd generation oregano. And it's like,
I got some gold truffle flake from this like rare species of rodent in Argentina who shit out this mushroom. And, I had to like scoop around in the dirt to find this one little.
It's like, sometimes that's good, but
there's a $1,000 cheeseburger?
I don't think so.
My wife has this habit of finding things that she knows is just going to piss me off. Like she does with like expensive purses and like, $1,000 cheeseburgers. And it's like this, Wagyu something. And it's got like gold flake on it with this like super rare truffle that they like what I was just joking about. They had to like go through like manure in some backwoods of some country and find like 3 of them to, and it's
quick Google explanation. It is the Golden Giant Burger at the Grand Hyatt in Tokyo.
Yeah. So now y'all learned something today.
Priced at 100,000 yen, which translates to roughly $1,000. It's a prime example featuring 1 kilogram.
Okay.
Which is going to be 2 for any body. I've learned this.
It's a little under just half a pound.
So, because it's the pound of kilos. Oh no, that's that's the other way.
A kilo is a little more than 2 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're roughly 2 pounds.
That's a big burger. Okay,
we're flipping the other way in our
not $1,000 worth, but it's a good burger.
Yeah, 2,000 or 2, a little over. Probably by the time it's cooked, it's probably a little under 2 pounds of Wagyu beef, foie gras, shaved black truffles, and gold leaf.
Yes, you're literally eating gold instead of just putting it in your wallet.
Well, you do get a free bottle of champagne.
Is the champagne $994?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say.
I mean, I could maybe justify going to a really fancy restaurant with some artsy chef-like things and paying $30 for a burger.
All it says is a magnum-sized bottle of champagne or wine.
$1,000 for a burger is crazy. Like this is. I have this like feeling about wine and everything else in life, which is like there is a line where quality and cost diverge.
Correct.
Right? Steaks, wine. Like I'll pay $40 for a steak. When it's $100 steak, like I don't taste the difference personally. Maybe again, it's my taste buds aren't good enough. Cigars, wine, steak, all the same argument. But like there comes a point where I'm like, this is not. It's better, but it's not $100 better.
So
maybe I'm just a cheapskate. I don't
know. No, well there's ROI, right? Return of investment.
Yeah, nice.
And if you're not getting back...
Educated gentleman right here.
You know what? This would have been a good time for me to have the monocle. I actually bought one to do the next time Derek came on, and then it never happened. So if you don't know those references, go back and watch some of our shows with Derek. Anytime we said something stupid, we had to do it like this, like having a monocle. So I actually bought one, then didn't use it. But return on investment, it's you put something into it, and this is a financial term that goes with anything. There's a line where I am willing to pay a little bit more for the atmosphere or the exclusivity or something like that. But there's a point where your investment return does not match what you're putting into it.
Yeah.
And it just goes off to the wayside.
There's some like unknown value in paying for an experience, right? Like my wife wants to go to the French Laundry in San Francisco or South San Francisco, and Alinea in Chicago, like all these like restaurants you see on Netflix and all that. And she jokes all the time, like, I'm going to take my sister because you're just going to bitch about the price the whole time. And it's probably true. I'm like, yeah, you pay $800 to go have a whatever they creatively think of, and they're like, here's an aerosolized fart that's supposed to, make you smell this before you eat this like egg-shelled puree. And it's lost on me.
And I'm a 240-pound American white boy. I'm gonna call it like it is. I like to eat.
I'm a simpleton.
And you go to some of these, and the portion's this big.
Yeah.
You get a 5-course meal. Well, each course is a tablespoon in size. I'm like, but I'm paying $120.
I like eating nice food. Like, I'm not against like dining, but I like sort of like a dressy casual place. If I have to like suit up to go somewhere, I'm just like,
I won't say the name. This is a local restaurant. I'll tell you off the air because I don't want to throw any shade, but good food. But we went on a date night there months back, and Ellen was like, "Look, you never spend more than a certain amount. I'm gonna splurge. I'm paying for this date night." I got there knowing she was willing to pay for a high-level steak. I still ended up getting a pasta dish because I looked at it and was like,
can't do it.
I just couldn't pay that much for it was, and I sat there and she's like, would you just shut up and get the steak? And I was like, I can't because I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm going to be mad about it.
The only way it's going to work is like she's going to have to like pre-order for you and be like, you don't talk, I talk to the
She's going to have to.
Yeah. And you'd probably enjoy it. I'm sure it's a good steak. But we had this joke, my wife and I, her grandfather was like very wealthy, like did well for himself, made a lot of investments, had a good career, and had several million by the time he retired and all that stuff. And he still would like split a soda with her grandmother when they would go out like twice a year for their anniversary and their birthday.
The principal.
Yeah. And like she told me the story the other day. They were reminiscing about this time he went to a steakhouse, and they were like asking about the steak, and he found out that the sides were not included. Like it didn't come with a baked potato or French fries. And he was dumbfounded, like, well, does the fish come with sides? And they're like, no. And he's like, well, and just could not let it go.
Like you're paying that much, but, and there's
There's a line where like you don't want to be like, I don't enjoy things because of money issues, and I have to fight that because I grew up in a single wide trailer in the country in the middle of nowhere, and I've done well for myself, but like
you still have that root in
principle. I'm like, I can't spend X number on this thing. Like it's a mental block. It's like
there's a line of like, yes, I physically can. I may have this money, but I still shouldn't have to pay that much.
I want to look at it in the bank account instead. When for example, when I put the down payment on my truck, I put down like 8.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like going to cripple me. We'd plan for it, save for it, that kind of stuff. But like physically writing that check hurt. And the worst part was I had the Capital One notification. They cashed that fucking thing before I got home with the truck. I live like 4 minutes from the dealership.
They were like, bet.
And like I like got in the truck with the keys, drove down the road, had like I think it's one. There are 3 stoplights between the dealership and my house.
Yeah, because you live pretty close
to the driveway.
Yeah.
There's like an auto mall row where it's like all the dealerships are on one big row for the most part. And I'm like literally a right turn at the dealership, a left turn, cross one intersection, and take a left in my house. It's close.
Yeah.
And it was like less than 5 minutes. They were like, bing! And I was like, I don't even get to like pretend I had it till I got home. And that was, I still love the truck. It's a great truck, but clearly I'm still talking about it.
Right.
3 years later. So I'm not over it yet.
I get it. My new truck, I had a little help from insurance that I used for down payment. That money was a pass-through down payment, and it still hurt right in the check. And that technically didn't even come out of my working funds. It's like, and it still was just like, because it's just.
Anyway,
some things hurt to write.
That's okay. We'll be smart. We'll have money when we're old and decrepit and don't want to work at 70.
Right.
Hopefully, we'll see.
But
who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe the economy will be in the shitter and I'll have nothing to my name.
That's very possible.
It's not up to us anyway, right?
It's not. We can all say it is. You do your plans, you have your retirement setups, but unfortunately, and I won't get off on this tangent. Unfortunately, we have over, decades, and I still think we have one of the best, governments in the world if you look at it from that aspect. But we have given a little bit too much dependency on the government. So there's always the risk of one thing changing, and the livelihood as we know it from a financial standpoint could change drastically. So
we're cogs in the machine, man.
we are.
It's all wrong, man.
This is just like the Jetsons. There's a real reason. Did you ever play? I think it was on regular Nintendo. So go back to kiddo time. Might have been Super Nintendo. I'm not sure. Did you ever play the Jetsons game?
I don't think so.
So it was cool. It was simple. It was one of the better games, I think. It had a storyline, but it wasn't like, I mean, granted, we're 8-bit territory, so it wasn't incredibly detailed. If you're a Gen Zer, you have no idea what the hell I just said. So
look it up, learn something.
But there was one of the sections where he's in the factory working, and it was very symbolic because his whole point was working with cogs, but he was the cog in the machine of the company. It's like,
that's deep.
So, and I didn't realize that till, my dad had said something older, and I was just like, huh. I mean, I was probably like 5, 6, 7, 8 playing that game, somewhere in that time frame, and I'm not going to recognize that.
Yeah.
I don't know what a cog in the machine is.
Yeah, it's just like you watch kids cartoons now, and you're like, there are things in there that are for adults. So, but yeah, I had a Nintendo for like Mario and Duck Hunt, basically. Mm-hmm. But I played my Sega more, which had like Lion King and X-Men.
Oh, the Lion King was great.
Power Rangers, Battletoads, Vector Man.
Vector Man, dude.
Sega Genesis was the shit. I still have a lot of those cartridge games.
It's been about 10 years since this lost, and it still hurts. But my dad bought me. I was in 3rd grade, actually. Now that I remember where I was, no. I don't think it was. Anyway, I remember going to a friend's house, and it was one of those friends had a little bit more money than we did, so they were upgrading their console, and they were not going to be a collector of consoles. They get the next one, they don't care about the old one. So I was the benefactor. I might have been 1st grade. Anyway, I was younger.
A lot of money now.
And when I went in the Marines, I had the regular Nintendo, and I had 112 games. That unfortunately, while I was gone and couldn't get there, we had a flood happen, and it was in a storage building, and there was nothing I could do, and the entire thing ended up being submerged, and I lost all of it, and I'm still very upset about it.
That hurts just hearing it.
I thought about, they're still out there. Was it DK Oldies?
You're gonna pay a lot more for them now, though.
I know. DK Oldies is really, really good. They buy, acquire, resell, refurbish all of the old consoles.
They have all the emulators now, though. I mean, you can pretty much get those games for.
It's like you have the handheld. You pay $120 and you got 1,000 games over like 15 consoles.
Yeah, I had. Man,
think about that. But if you don't know the 8-bit conversation, here's a good token. 8-bit was all we had. Like the Mario sounds. The reason like the sound in this part of the game sounds like this one's because they use the same thing and sped it up or whatever because you had data. But when I was building my first computer, I still remember that it asked me, was this a large hard drive or not? A large hard drive was 512 megabytes, which is 1/2 of 1 gigabyte.
That's like a $2 flash drive now.
Like, and think you can go now and you can go buy 32, 64, 256, I have a 2 terabyte flash drive that's this big. And we had a console this big that you couldn't put 8, I think its storage space was like 32 megabytes or something like that. If that's wrong, it was really small.
Even those memory cards were like 32s.
Yeah, like
the N64 controllers.
Yeah, even the original PlayStation, I think, was a 32 megabyte. I mean, so we are worlds apart on data and growth.
Have you gone back and played some of those games? Because it's amazing how like maddening they can be. Like I was in my first year after college and kind of my post grad stuff, and I pulled out an old Sega Genesis that I had, and I put on the Lion King game. And I don't know if you remember the levels, but you're like bouncing on the hippos' backs and you're swinging on the tree branches and all that stuff.
When you said Lion King, I visualized the tree branch.
Yeah,
that's what I remember.
And when I was a kid, I mean, I remember like flying through the first like 15 levels or whatever it is, and it took me like 2 hours to get through level 2. And I got like pathologically angry
Yeah, because it
I'm
should
like-
be simple,
I'm
right?
like falling between two hippos. I'm like, I was on the dang hippo's back. I was like mad, and I had to stop because I was like, this is. I mean, like I'm having fun, but it's like fun with rage.
And
it
now
just
you
wasn't
know
like
why.
a healthy way to be.
Now you know why our Mario Party nights are interesting.
Yeah. I still,
We had a lot of fun.
I love the original N64 Mario Party and Smash Bros and all that. Yeah, I like my GameCube a lot. I won't get rid of that one probably ever.
I own a GameCube for one game.
Yeah. Melee.
That's it. It's the only game I have, and that's the only reason I ever bought the GameCube. I was still in the Marines. I think I had the PlayStation 2 at the time. I may have still had my 64. I don't remember. But I remember going to GameStop, literally purchasing a GameCube for the sole purpose of Melee.
And you probably got your money's worth.
Oh, yeah.
that
one I still have.
I played like
I should pull it
the
out.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater for GameCube was good.
Ooh.
And I had Smash Brothers Melee. The third one that came out, I didn't really like. And then I had Mario Party 5, which is probably my favorite one still. It was a golden era of Nintendo.
I know I still have it because I saw it when we moved into this house a couple years ago. I should pull out the GameCube, test it, and we could play Melee.
I have two at my house.
You have two of them?
Katie had one and I had one, so we both have one.
So we have controllers then.
Yeah, there's definitely one. I know where one is. The other one I think is probably in a storage tote outside and probably toasted, but I know where one is. And it's inside the house and working.
I think I've still got my PS2 floating around. I never upgraded to the PS3 because about that time I started shifting into like PC gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So the last Xbox I have is the 360. Pretty sure that's I think that's my most recent. I talked about the time I was ready to get like the Xbox One. Then they started coming out with the S and all this. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to wait. And then I just went full tilt into PC gaming and just because, I mean, I play more sports games than I do like active shooter games, whatever. I love watching people play active shooter, but I've never been that good.
I'm not good. Yeah.
Good on sports games. I play Madden on my PC. I've got wireless controllers. So I mean, I even play those games on the PC. So I'm just kind of
I love when I was going to college. that was PS2 territory.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 was coming out, but it was still 2. And I had like NBA Live 05, 06. That was the one with Dwayne Wade on it. I had the Madden at that time with Ray Lewis on it.
Ooh.
That was, man, I love that stuff. That was, I didn't do first person shooters. I never really got into Halo.
Ray Lewis was the OG, man.
I just, I can move left, right. I can't move left, right, and up and down at the same time. I would get sniped from across the level.
It's great. Like I can shoot very well in person, but since we're talking about old consoles, go back to the N64 with GoldenEye. Dude, I got destroyed. And that was simple aim and shoot.
Yeah.
I just something didn't correlate to my fingers getting that specific, but speed and tapping buttons like all your sports games where it's more button play than it is precision play.
Mm-hmm.
On point there.
Yeah. It's okay. We all have our skills. Your fingers do other things. Jesus. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Have you met my... Well, no.
I was thinking angel thoughts, and you are being disgusting right now. No one believes that.
No one believes that. Like, even the OGs who know this, they'll say something, and one of them will be like, "Man, where's Ellen when you need her?" Because like she'll be off camera. She doesn't like to be on camera, and you'll just hear her, just laugh. Like me and Justin, he lives in Texas, so if I've gone over there, we've done some stuff, and me and him will say something, and off the camera, you'll just hear this chuck, and I'm like, "Yep, that's my girl." It's like,
so you hit a good one.
That's
gonna stay in the cut. All right.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's some good throwback conversation to.
Yeah, man, I miss all that. We still we did GameCube.
That came off super easy, by the way.
Did we do GameCube that time, y'all? I mean, that's been a year now.
We pulled it out.
Yeah.
But we never stopped because we were going to, but we never stopped playing Mario Party. So it literally sat over there.
Yeah.
Because we were like, oh, we're gonna play this for a little bit, and then we're gonna pull it out, and we never.
Yeah, we had the switch up, I think.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
we had to switch up. So we just never.
Good times.
We
That
never
was the
switched
that
up.
was the Fluffernutter origin. That devil's drink.
That was, and I'm not
May
even.
it-
I'm
may
not.
it burn in hell.
I'm not even kidding. Anytime one of us drinks something on a show or a pairing that doesn't work, sometimes it's not even me. One of the guys who have just seen the episode because it was before they started recording with me will just be like, "It's kind of like that Fluffernutter." But we do it with the Tamarind now. Like I mentioned, it's like
a shared
a shared trauma.
A shared trauma. Yeah,
Trauma bonding.
You kind of have to drink it and just be like, "What was I?" You know, the other thing that really did that for me was the Sam Adams like cherry, white cherry or something like that.
I don't think I tried that.
I got a 6-pack. I don't really drink Sam Adams, but I got a 6-pack of that in college because it was cheap or something, and it like was vomit-inducingly bad.
And did you like the traditional Sam Adams?
It's boring. Yeah, just the regular lager, Boston lagers.
Right.
It's not good.
It's just a standard. It's a standard staple.
Yeah.
But I was curious if you liked that one, but didn't like the cherry. Maybe.
I don't think I like fruit-infused sodas or beers of any kind, which is weird though, because I don't mind fruity drinks. Like I'm not worried about my masculinity. I'll go on a cruise and drink like strawberry daiquiris for days.
In the middle of the day when I'm smoking cigars, I shit you not, Bahama Mama.
Yeah.
And I had a waiter. It was like my second or third cruise. He realized I was always getting like double bourbons, and he was doing his rounds on the pool. And that day just happened to be the Bahama Mama special. And he was like, that's what they were told to push. And I was like, man, I don't do fruity stuff. And
just try it.
He came back and he's like, I'm not supposed to say this, but I'll give you one. If you don't like it, tell me and I'll say I dropped the drink. Okay. I ordered 3 that day.
That's a good dude right there.
It's like, okay.
But see, he got you.
But
and they were pushing the special, and he pushed hard.
He did.
He landed a few.
Right. So I mean,
yeah.
But
I had the drink package on the last Carnival cruise I went on. It was like, at the time it was $51 a day, and so I did the math. I'm sure it's way more.
It's 83 now.
True.
Yeah, not.
I did the math, and I was like, okay, so, if you don't get off the boat, maybe if you do, I think you had to do like 5 drinks a day, and I was like, I can do that. It'll be worth it. Man, I would go. It was the raspberry daiquiri, and it came with like the umbrella and everything. I didn't give a shit. I was like sugar high up, didn't taste
getting it.
The problem is like you don't taste the alcohol in those because it's so much sugar, and then you get like 3 of them, and you're like, oh, like that snuck up on me.
Oops.
But yeah,
well,
no question, was delicious.
We don't do it. It just increased. It's been about 70 the last couple of years. It's now, I think it was 83. I just looked at it. So now the math is like you need about 7 drinks. Now your specialty coffees can be used on that. So if you're
Katie would make that worth it.
If you're a heavy coffee drinker, that will also go against it. But I drink like 1 specialty coffee a day, and then I'll drink like maybe 3 drinks, a couple outside, smoking cigars, and usually 1 at dinner.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll have a 4th one a day. But through the average of the whole week, I'm not meeting max, so I just pay for it.
Yeah, I'd usually get like
and
a couple glasses of wine.
We would both have
dinner.
to get it. She doesn't drink much anymore either, so she still drinks, but like
Katie doesn't drink.
Yeah, Katie doesn't drink. So now if she's throwing down, so in her case,
she probably drinks 6 cups of coffee a day.
If she can drink 6 cups of
levitate off the boat,
then she'll be fine.
The thing that the way they get you is people go on excursions, so you're off the boat for like half of a day, twice usually. There's usually 2 stops.
Yeah.
And then everything closes at like 10, right? Except for the pizza at the back. So what I did was the first night I went to the back and I made friends with the guy behind the pizza thing, 24-hour pizza. And they have canned beer, which they're not supposed to hand to you unless they crack it first.
Which I don't understand, but yeah.
But if you make friends with the guy, then they'll give it to you unopened. You can stash it in your room fridge. So
right.
So there's tricks. There's some tricks.
Where I can't look. It's too early to look, but we've talked with the guys. So super planning.
Yeah.
Sometime maybe June, July, August, or something of 2027. I know it's a couple years out, but we're looking at getting a cruise where some of the podcast guys can get on. Maybe they can work it out and y'all can come too.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
I can't even look because they're only pushed out about 2 years in advance, so I can't quite pull it out. About to start looking, so
yeah, just
an excuse for do your own thing, and then we want to go smoke. We all go outside and smoke together.
Yeah, why not?
So if y'all watching, I'll let you know when we plan that because it's a little too early. We're trying to do it far in advance so people can actually plan or whatever. But
slipped off intact.
That is awesome. So I know it's a simple band, but man, it's a big thing for me when it doesn't destroy the cigar on the way out. Speaking of the cigar, absolutely no transitions. I'll throw that out there.
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent all the way through.
Pretty consistent. I'm 100% getting, that caramel note still, that like dark chocolate note. That is very prominent for me in what I'm getting. It's pretty much stayed that way the whole time. I can get a woody tone. Like whoever did this review, I agree that they did not specify like a cedar or note.
Yeah.
If it's just wood, you kind of get that texture. You know what wood smells like. You kind of get that texture, that chalkiness, but there's no like brightness. There's no, barbecue hickory type thing. There's no sweet cedar, nothing like that. But I get the woody tones. I agree with that it's vague. And that's exactly the only thing I get on this cigar. So, 2-3 notes and we're done. But it's consistent.
I'm not mad about
steady. I'm not mad about it.
Takes away some of my smart assery with going. I don't taste this. Whatever lentil blend.
Lentil blend.
The chicken tikka masala in the cigar.
You're right. I recognize, and we've got one in ROG, Ryan. We call him Dr. Pallet because we'll be
Dr. Pallet.
Well, one of the other guys in the group. I forget it. I think it might have been his brother, or I forget. One of them said called him that, and it stuck because we'll be talking about, man, there's some sort of spice I can't put my finger on it. He'll be like cardamom or nutmeg or I gotta stop hitting the table. I apologize. Like he'll pull it out, and once he pulls it out, I'm like, okay, that does smell similar.
That, yeah.
I can see that, but I'm not gonna pull that out. So there are some guys that have weird palates.
Yeah.
Half Wheel has a guy.
Sounds like he should be doing some chef work.
Agreed. Yeah, the guy on Half Wheel. If you want to know every possible thing that may be in a cigar, go read Half Wheel's stuff, because he has one of the most crazy palettes I've ever seen in cigars, to the point that sometimes I think it's bullshit, because I'm like, how are you getting this out of this? But he swears that like he's pulling the stuff out, and some people can. But most people, you pull 2, 3, maybe 4 things out of a stick. And it's like your biggest, your chocolates or your coffees, your peppers. Sometimes you can get floral notes if they're really bright, like your wood tones, stuff like that. And that's where most of your tobacco hits. But not having a lot of flavors is not a bad thing. And I know we reference that a lot, but I stress that because sometimes I think people over analyze the fact that it needs to be complex. It needs to have this line. No. You need to like it.
You know what
whatever that is for you, it's just you like it.
I had this thought on one of the first couple shows that I don't think I said out loud, but it's when I read these descriptions and they're like this elaborate stuff, I feel like when I'm sitting on the couch watching like Great British Baking Show, and they're like, they're like, oh yeah, there's a hint of ginger and cardamom and a little bit of allspice. And I'm like, oh yes, of course. Like, what do you mean you didn't put enough ginger in there? God dang it, Tammy! As if I have any of those skill sets myself.
Right.
I could like navigate myself out of.
They're so nicely, politely rude. It's ridiculous.
They're like, yeah, it's really awful, but good effort. Good effort.
And like
no soggy bottoms.
No soggy bottoms. It's like Derek's the yep guy. And the more he started smoking, he'll be able to pull some stuff out. But, a lot of times I'd say something and, yup. Or,
nope.
Nope. So reviews are all good and fun. And we have our lax style, but the name of the game is that
it's opinion, right? That's
you enjoy what you're smoking. Yeah. Like there's several different ways to cut it. We can go scientific on airflow and flavor and smoke production, but like, what do you prefer?
You can go scientific on this.
I can go scientific.
I will sit here and listen and go,
Yep. So, yeah, that can change. But if you have a basic palate, the cross airflow that you might get on a crown cut may do absolutely nothing for you if you're not picking up the extra palate notes anyway. So, does it draw good for you? Everybody drinks differently through a straw, which is the same mechanics using here. You're sucking it in. You're not breathing it in. You're sucking it in like you're drinking a chocolate shake. People have different, mouth muscles and mouth structures, and that's why the different shapes and sizes. Some people prefer this, prefer that. Yeah, you can go all nerdy on this, but at the end of the day, Do you enjoy it? If you do, smoke it again. If you don't, try something else. It gives us good conversation points. It gives us things to talk about. It gives a reason for you to listen to us ramble about a lot of shit. But do you like it? Yes or no? That's really the end of the game.
Yeah.
And have some good company.
Taste.
No, not at all. It's like we both may like chocolate, but I may like milk chocolate and you like dark chocolate, or vice versa. Doesn't mean I hate you because you don't like my style of chocolate.
That'd be really weird, but you could hate someone for that.
I mean, I guess you could. I'm sure there is someone that does. You don't like chocolate.
Milk chocolate's not real chocolate.
Like, I have two friends. One doesn't like chocolate. You know both of them. One doesn't like chocolate at all. One doesn't like dark chocolate. And I've made comments like, "Oh, you don't like chocolate," but they're still my friend. It's not going to be like, "Oh, you suck. I can't talk to you no more."
I mean, there's some things that are worth unfriending someone for. I don't know if your chocolate preference is one of them. Yeah.
Same concept here, you know. We've had stuff on the show before. We're smoking the same thing. Most of the shows, had a few that were just smoking whatever to talk, but a lot of them were smoking the same thing to get our opinions and do a back and forth moderate style review. We're not doing a hardcore review, so it's never going to be my thing. There's sometimes I don't taste something that you do, vice versa. But the environment's good. The activity we're enjoying it around is good. The bonding is good. That's where the friendship therapy comes from. It gives you reasons to talk. It gives you reasons to talk to think about things.
Wait, I'm in therapy?
Yeah, we're in therapy. This is homeboy therapy. This is 100%. I'm not even going to sugarcoat this.
I was not prepared for this.
Don't worry. There's no payment. I'll bill you later.
There's some things I'm not ready to unpack yet, guys. I'm just not ready.
There's always something you're not ready for. But it's a big thing, and I think that's really the pull for this is it gives you that sober bonding. And yes, this is a mushy moment, but suck it. It's what it is. This is really, if you want to get down to it, this is what makes the brotherhood, if you will, friendship therapy that we style. That's what makes cigars what they are. Is it gives you an excuse to sit here and talk, and you never know what we're going to talk about. Somehow we got off on old gaming consoles that have nothing to do with this. But here we are.
There's no outline. There's no script. It's just, let's see what happens.
Like I said, the first few shows with Johnny Bravo, and it's not his fault. It's not my fault. We didn't know what the hell we were doing yet. A little too scripted. And there's some good info in some of those. We talked about, in the first couple that we did before we realized it, talking about the proven alien corpses.
Yeah.
Cool info, but you don't always have to have a script. And some of the better shows is when we just started talking.
They're more like little talking points.
Yeah, little talking points. I don't know if
I call it a script.
Now, the first few I did with Johnny, they were scripted because we absolutely did not know what we were doing or how to do it. We knew we had a plan.
Yeah.
So it gave us the background, and then you kind of learn to kind of just start opening up and talk. People just want to talk with you, listen with you, enjoy what you're doing, just like you are if you're in person at the lounge. So this is our virtual lounge to you. So it gives good conversation with a stutter.
Yeah.
Words are still hard.
A stutter?
No, I just did. Yup. That's Storage Wars all day long. Yep. Man, I used to watch the shit out of that. That's a random reference. You ever watch Storage Wars?
I did.
What was it? I don't even know his name, but he was the yep guy. He'd sit in the back. Yep. Every time I said a bidding, he'd be like, yep.
Yep.
Yep. He actually had yup on his hat and on his shirts.
Yeah.
That's
one of those, it's basically gambling.
Pretty much.
You're looking from the very outside, does this look like this person has a bunch of valuable junk? And
there's no way to know. Sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't.
They hit a couple of gold mines, but in general, if you have something real valuable in there, why would you let your lease lapse? Right? They got a ton of duds.
I've always wondered about that. You get, a storage unit that costs, I don't know, $80, $100 a month, especially ones that were outside, so they're cheaper. $75 a month or whatever, and they rake out of there and there's $2,000 worth of stuff in there. I'm like, you couldn't pay
pull that out and sell it and pay for your storage unit.
Even if you got to pull one thing out, that's if you're risking losing all of it, pull something out and sell it and keep everything else. How do you just?
Yeah.
I know people have different scenarios and some things are legit, but a lot of those are just people defaulting and just stop caring. I'm like,
complacency.
You could have just come and got your stuff moved out and given it to Goodwill if you really didn't want it anymore.
Unless you stop going to the gym, but you don't cancel your membership and you pay for 6 months.
I did that for
everybody does that, I think, at some point. So it's the same.
I just finally restarted it. I'm gonna try to sneak back over periodically, but I paid once I stopped. I went almost 2 years before I was like, okay, I need to stop paying for this until I actually get reestablished and start going back. So it's what we do. I don't know. We're weird. But coming up on the end of another interesting show. This is, I know I haven't gone back and forth on too much of this cigar. It is just incredibly consistent.
Yeah, it has been the same the
entire time, and that is perfectly okay. And sometimes, like you said, I prefer that. You just have a simple note. I want to know it's in my cigar.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy it. I want to love life and go about my day. And so the comment on here that they said, for many customers, one of the top, that they consider the Viejo to be one of Romeo and Julieta's top blends. It's not a top blend as far as price. I can see why they say that, because if you want consistency, by all means, the Viejo is a damn good one. Now, me being a Gordo guy, it makes me want to go try the Gordo and see if it's just as consistent. Sometimes Gordo gets smoother because you got more filler versus wrapper. Mm-hmm. So I may put that on my list to get later and just see on a personal level if it still is that consistent on a bigger blend. Yeah. But man, I said at the beginning that if those first hits stayed consistent and matched what the rest of it is, I could see why they made that comment. And here I am almost an hour later, I'm saying that. I get why they say it. Damn good smoke. Definitely one that I suggest you go try. Most of the cigars we've been lucky, I've said that this would be one. Well, all cigars are worth trying once. But so far, we've had a really good run of saying, hey, I think that you should go like this one. And here's another one to that list.
Yeah. Plus, it's got this the little rectangle square press thing is just interesting.
Yeah, and
I keep staring at it like it's going to be different for some reason. But,
box press is not abnormal, but they're normally not a wide, chiselly box press.
It's almost got 90-degree turns. It's like
right. It's not your normal box press. If it's, I don't know. It's hard to express without holding it, but it's like if you took a box press and just said smush it. It's wide. It's definitely rectangle. It's not a square.
Yeah.
I know a square is a rectangle. Whatever. You know what I mean? Go back to geometry for a minute.
Yeah.
But it's
they're
interesting.
Adjacent. They're cousins.
They're cousins. Least. So good smoke. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to repeat it. It is what it is.
Yeah. Steady.
But we'll wrap things up again today. Got you twice this year so far. We're on a good roll.
Let's see.
Even though it's summer, we'll see if we can keep going.
Yeah. I'll sweat my nads off next time.
Yeah, right. But Hollow Down World, again, thanks for listening. Got any comments, complaints, suggestions? Feel free to message us down below. If you say anything, we do reference it sometimes on the show. We do watch for those comments. We entertain them. Any feedback, suggestions, by all means, go for that too. We've also taken some of that. So we just love to hear from you. It is a community, it is a family, as we like to run it. So thanks for hanging out with us once again. And y'all know the drill. Until next time, stay safe and hollow down.